Hey guys, in this video I'm going to be going over a frame-by-frame tutorial of how to do the easy Gim method in the Deku tree. I notice a lot of new players and even some experienced players try to watch a video and it doesn't tell them every single input, so they don't do something and then they're confused why it doesn't work. So they either have to watch multiple videos, or they just ask questions and someone says, oh, you didn't do this, because they didn't know they had to do it. So that's what this video is for. Real quick, if you have never seen the practice round before, here's my joystick inputs. Any buttons I press are going to be down here. And for those who do know and are using watches, this is my X coordinate, my Y coordinate, and my Z coordinate. At certain points, I'll be saying you must have this position. If you don't, then the trick's probably not going to work. So let's jump into it. So first we're going to come to this wall next to the Deku Baba, and we're going to grab the wall, the angle of the wall. So you'll notice when I press Z and I target, it's going to lock, Link's going to turn, and I'm going to lock perpendicular to the wall. And that's because when you target a wall, it kind of takes its angle when you're close to it. Next, we're going to side hop to the left until we're in the corner. So usually, it's one side hop or two side hops. You can do 20 if you want, just to be safe, but that's what's going to happen. Next, we're going to let go of target, because what we want to do now is we want to do a horizontal slash. We want to get knocked back the distance of a horizontal slash. Very important to let go of target, because if you're holding target and you slash, you do a vertical slash, and that pushes you back a different amount. So let go of target, maybe give it a couple frames or so, and then press B. And you'll notice Link will do a horizontal slash. And make sure you wait now until he gets pushed all the way back. Then hold target again, and you should have, these coordinates right here. You shouldn't have messed up yet, hopefully. And you'll notice your camera will be, a quarter to a third red, because that's out of bounds. That's just the camera looking out of bounds a little bit. From here, we're going to do 4 right side hops. And the only thing to watch out for, really, is that you're not taking any steps. Make sure to take your time if you need to do 4 right side hops. They don't have to be frame perfect. You can wait, you can sit. Don't be scared of this Deku Baba. It's not going to hit you. It'll come at you, but it's too far away. So on this 4th right side hop, continue to hold target, let Link do his thing. Don't press any other buttons, just, let it happen. So he's going to kind of fall, grab the vines, and go down a little bit. Just wait a second. Now we're going to go down once. We're going to go left once. All while holding target, remember that. Now we're going to let go of target, because we have the angle that we want still from like falling down, essentially. Now we can let go, because it'll help with getting the next visual. Some people hold target, but they have different visuals, and it's a little bit harder to work with. So from here, we're going to press A, because we want to fall. And we're going to look for the second frame of water. So this is the first frame of water. We do not want this. We want the second frame, and it's very easy to tell the difference, because the second frame has much more water. From here, we're going to hold up. And we're going to hold up technically until the frame before we take damage from the Skulltella. But you have like 15 frames afterwards where you can let go of up. So don't try to time it perfectly or anything. It's not a big worry. So you're going to hold up. And I think this is the frame technically before you take damage. And like right now, if you wanted, you could let go of up. So when you take damage, you could let go of up, you could say. Now I call this a second frame of damage, because you can still see red. So from this second frame of damage, you have 19 frames to press target once, a single time. So for simplicity's sake, I'm going to let go of Z. I'm going to let go of up, and I'm going to press Z on the last frame that I can. I'm going to show you how long you could really wait. So you can wait 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And on the 19th, I'm going to press target. You'll notice nothing really happened, but it is very important, because we have to target to take Link's new kind of direction, right? We're falling down at, let's say, this angle, but we want to see at this angle. and Link's kind of looking this way, so we're going to target so that our camera changes from here to here. And you'll notice that in the next couple frames, it's going to swing. And Link is in the water now, and what we're looking for is the first frame where we can see water out of bounds. And that's this frame right here. It's very obvious, right? It's the first frame where you see just like a ton of light blue coming at you. And from here, we're going to hold down. And we're going to hold down for anywhere from 23 to 30 frames. So you have an 8-frame window to let go of down. And I'll show you what that looks like because the visual indicators are very nice here. It's nothing you really have to worry about. Just understand where the beginning and the end part is. So you do it somewhere in between. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So this is the first frame that you could technically let go of down. And you would get to the same spot as you would if you let go on the 30th frame. So where is Link right now? Well, he's not really near the surface, right? But he's not, really deep. So let's say he's halfway between deep and the surface. You have anywhere from here, this visual, to 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So if I were to let go here, it would work. He is really close to the surface. So anywhere from, about halfway to close to the surface, you can let go. It's very lenient, it seems, at least, doing it in real time. So if we advance a few frames, you'll notice Link's kind of gonna come up, but then he'll get some momentum and he'll do this iconic, head split in half. And what we're really looking for here is, if you're using the practice ROM, these coordinates right here. Your X and your Z coordinate are the ones that really matter, because your Y is going to change as you go up and down in the water. But these two should be exact. From here, we're going to target to turn the camera around. Do it a little bit quickly. You have like a few seconds to do it. But once he stops moving, you just want to do it so that, like so. He's not moving forward or back, right? So press Z once. Your camera's going to turn around. And the reason we want to do it within the few seconds is the camera's going to lock. So right now, the camera is going up and down with Link. But it's going to lock. And what's going to happen is, now the camera, it's going to lock like here, let's say. So now it's going to follow him, but it's going to look like this. And the camera's going to stay in place, but it's going to go up and down. And let's look at it real time and you'll see what I mean. So you notice how like it kind of went like, and then it went like, now it's kind of bobbing like this, right? So you kind of saw it. What we want to do from here is we want to do a dive cancel now. And what that is simply pressing A and C up on the same frame. So normally when you press A, you dive, and normally when you press C up, you go in first person. So if you do them at the same time, both happen. So you'll even hear it. So I went forward one frame. He dove. That's the glug glug glug. And look at the A button. It's gonna flip to return, because that's what happens when you're in first person, right? When you press C up, it'll like you can press A to get out of C up. You'll also notice that if you hold left or right, you'll kind of spin, because what happens when you're in first person? You don't move, but you spin in directions. So that's just one thing that's really cool. It'll keep you so you can't fall out of bounds, essentially. The next thing we want to do is, and I've kind of lined it up right now, is the lineup I look for is this water line is at the bottom of this curve. He has a red mark on his shield that goes like this. So if the water line is kind of at near the bottom of that curve, then that's a good spot. Other people look at the fingertips. If you take like a line across his fingertips, it looks kind of like parallel to the vines, right? So what we're gonna do here is, and this is the strat that I use. It works almost all the time. If you want, you can look at other people's, to get one that works 100% of the time. But I don't know if there is. I know people at an advanced level look at the bob cycle and do a deep bob cycle. That's very hard, but that I think it's supposed to work 100% of the time. What I look for is every 3 bobs, there will be a ripple effect that happens. So not this one. Okay, so here's a ripple. So every third bob now, almost every third technically, there will be a ripple effect. So I wait for the first frame that you can see the shield after a ripple. So right now we saw one, so he'll have 3 shield holdings, and the next ripple will come. So that's how I kind of visualize it, and I'll show you here real quick. By the way, some people say to press Z when you do all of the inputs next. You can hold Z during this whole thing. It doesn't matter. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wait for. He's gonna show his shield once. Show his shield twice. Show his shield. There you go. A third time, and it's just like another ripple, right? So now I'm looking for 1, 2, and the third time that his shield is, pretty visible. So not this one, it's still kind of hiding, but this one right here, where you can definitely see his shield, right? So for here, I'm gonna hold forward, and I'm gonna press A. Well, I'm gonna hold A, but press it, right? What it's gonna do is it's gonna cancel my first person, so I'm gonna start diving. But then I'm gonna grab the vine, and you'll see what'll happen. So Link's arm is kind of going forward. The A button is going to a 3 because I just canceled the first person. He's gonna grab the vine right there, and you'll see. And now the A button is really just a down button because I'm grabbing the vine. So I've really canceled it again almost. So now I'm gonna put it in real time. And what we're gonna do here is we're gonna go across 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna go up once. Oh, by the way, you can let go of Z. I just instinctually hold it for long. And we're gonna go across. And what we do is, I'll save here just in case. What we're gonna do here is we're gonna hold our shield button. So for me, it's R. And as we go to the right, we're gonna fall, but we're not gonna fall into the water. Because if we fall in the water, everything is ruined. Because we're just trying to cancel our dive. If we go in the water, then we're diving. We're gonna fall kind of onto the land. So if we go right, and we go right again, you'll notice I'm on the land, but why is my A say 4? That's because I'm still in a dive animation. So what you can do from here is make sure you're not standing next to the ledge, because when you slash, you're kind of gonna go off. But a lot of people like to target this guy, and you'll slash, and then kill him. And the next part is you want to pick up the nut while you're moving. If you notice, I stutter stepped for a second, right? If you run into the nut when you have no speed, you lock and you can't move. So just make sure you don't do that. Make sure I like to run in circles just to make sure I have a lot of speed. The next part is you'll notice I can't do anything. If I press B, I don't slash. If I press C, my stick button doesn't work. Nothing really does anything except for I kind of like jump slash. That's it. That's because you have get item delay right now. You'll also notice I can't mess with my camera because it's locked, remember? So I can't turn it around. I'm going to save state just in case. But we want to get onto this vine now. Because if we fall in the water, then we dive, and our dive cancel's ruined. And also, we want to touch the chest, because that's how the whole thing works, right? So you kind of understand like the right angles for this after a while. So there you go. You want to make it so that you don't fall in the water. I edited it out, but I mean it's very easy. It's just I haven't done this in forever, so I messed up. But you learn it like once you do it a couple times, you know the angle and everything about it. So what we want to do from here is we walk up. Everything is free from here. Once you get past that jump, and the jump is not hard. I guess I'm just bad. You want to make sure you touch this chest. Just touch it right there. Get some good loving on it. And then all you have to do is jump back into the water. My emulator is going to crash because I'm on an emulator, and emulators can't do Gim without beans or anything. But from here, my dive animation cancel is over. I've collected an item and I can come back to the water, right? Because you can never collect items while you're underwater. If DQ seeds fall to the bottom of a pond and you pick them up, the game waits until you surface, and then it goes down in the water. And that's essentially what it did there. It's just we changed the item that you have. So that's how you do Gim. That's all the inputs that you need, and all the strategy behind it. Every input, I gave you some ranges for the inputs. Hopefully this video is very comprehensive, and if you know, looked at it, I hope you can learn it the first time. Maybe it's a little bit long, but it helps you understand also what's going on. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.